two, 1, 2. Hello. Hi. Thank you so much for listening to us. I'm going to read some poems. This first poem I'm going to read is called The Perseverance. This is from this book, The Perseverance. Perseverance is the name of a pub that my dad used to drink in. And when he passed away, I was left with all these memories of being left outside this pub. My dad's favorite singer was a man called Peter Tosh, and that, one of his lines, "Love is the man overstanding," opens this poem. So this is a younger version of me being left outside the pub. The Perseverance. I wait outside the Perseverance. Just popping in here a minute, I'd heard him say it many times before, like all kids with a drinking father, watch him disappear into smoke and laughter. There's no such thing as too much laughter, my father says, drinking in the Perseverance until everything disappears. I'm outside counting minutes, waiting for the man, my father, to finish his shot and take me home before it gets dark. We've been here before. No such thing as too much laughter, unless you're my mother without my father, working weekends while the Perseverance spits him out for a minute. He gives me 50p to make me disappear. 50p in my hand, I disappear like a coin in a parking meter before the time runs out. How many minutes will I lose listening to the laughter spilling from the Perseverance where strangers ask, "Where is your father?" I stare at the doors and say, my father is working. Strangers who don't disappear, but hug me for my Perseverance. Dad said, this will be the last time before, while the TV spilled canned laughter, us on the sofa in his council flat, knowing any minute the yams will boil, any minute I will eat again with my father, who cooks and serves laughter, good as any Jamaican who disappeared from the island I tasted before overstanding our heat and Perseverance. I still hear, popping in for a minute, see him disappear. We lose our fathers before we know it, and I am still outside the Perseverance, listening for the laughter.
Oh.
This poem is called Two Guns in the Sky for Daniel Harris. When I first went to New York, I started trying to pick up some ASL, American Sign Language. It's completely different to BSL. For example, I'm just going to do the alphabet in BSL, and you'll see Nicole do it in ASL. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. It's completely different. So I picked up this word while I was in New York. This word in ASL was alive, which is alive. In British Sign Language, live, alive. And I learned about a man called Daniel Harris who lost his life. And it made me think about the kind of danger that we are all in if we keep failing to understand each other. Two Guns in the Sky for Daniel Harris. When Daniel Harris stepped out of his car, the police officer was waiting, gun raised. I used the past tense, for this is irrelevant in Daniel's language, which is sign. Sign has no future or past tense. It is a present language. You are never more present than when a gun is pointed at you. What language says this, if not sign? But the police officer saw hands waving in the air, fired, and Daniel dropped his hands, his chest beating out to the concrete meters from his home. And I'm in New York coffee house reading this news on my phone when a black policewoman walks in, 2 guns on her hips, my friend next to me reading the comment section, Black Lives Matter. Now what could we sign or say out loud when the last word I learned in American Sign Language was alive, alive. Both thumbs pointing at your lower abdominal, index fingers pointing up like 2 guns in the sky. I'm going to do something fun now. Does anyone here watch a show called Top Boy? No, wicked. Alright, wicked. Maybe 1 or 2 people, all still good. So Top Boy was actually filmed in my end. It's like where I grew up. So every time I see that show, I'm like, oh right, yeah, I remember that. It wasn't as dramatic. I didn't get that deep with it, but that was like my atmosphere, my world, and it's so interesting to me. It's so funny seeing now. I guess people speaking what they call like road in the UK. So do people here listen to grime? No? Or like drill? All these things that are coming out of the UK. I big up the one person who raised their hand to drill. So there's a kind of way of speaking, I suppose, in this piece, which I bumped into a friend of mine who we went to school together, but just the way that we spoke to each other said something about, I suppose, where our lives have distance from, you know, I was guessing that he'd never left the end, he'd never left Hackney, where we were from, and I'm like in LA at the Grammy Museum. It's crazy, and what that does to your language and your perspective. But I thought this conversation would work in a kind of persona poem. I'm interested to see this poem in ASL, so I'm gonna watch Nicole while I do this poem. So let's watch Nicole try and do a little bit of like ends talk. Chicken wings and that. Boss man, salting them and that. Don't assault man, give man a napkin. Big man, no steroid and that. Dark times, use street lights and that. And how's man? I'm getting by and that. Still boy them harass. Not beefing, not tag man, still trap. Cycle man, pedaling and that. On road, new pavements leveled and that. Crack need change, still stay dwelling in that. You E8 East man ain't got to adapt. Our kingdom got no land to hand back. Man chat breeze, chat trade winds and that. Yeah, our ends got good job, legit and that. Lots off man them, stay plotted and that. Raw Ray, flower shorts, you a hipster in that. Man gone vegan. No chicken wings in that. That was fun. Thank you. Thank you for indulging me. This is my last poem I'm going to do. Very last poem. I promise it'll be 1 minute. I've been teaching my son how to sign. He's 3. At the moment, he's got more. Well, maybe not so much now, but there was this point where he had more sign than he had spoken words. And so I wrote this in this kind of real sweet spot. And his first sign was music. So I would like to thank again everyone for coming out and being at the Grammy Museum. And I hope that we can all leave with this idea of music and sound and language being even more. Something else that we're not even aware of or conscious of. Is like its own technology, its own organism, its own way of being. It's not just like something recorded in a studio. It's in us and with us. Music is language. Music is poetry from the place we are born. I'm going to do this throughout this poem, and Nicole is going to do the sign. The first word my son signed was music. Both hands, fingers conducting music for everything, even hunger, open mouth for the chew, chew, spoon, squealing, music. We'd play a record while he ate music when he wanted milk, so I pour and hum a lullaby, or I Don't Know by Bill Withers, because it's okay not to know what you want, and I want him to know that. Music is wiping the table after the plates. Music is fill my forehead for fever, is whatever occurs in the center of the body, whatever makes arms raise up, up. The second word my son signed was bird. Beaked finger to thumb, bird for everything outside. Window, sky, tree, roof, chimney, aerial, airplane, birds. I saw I'd given him a sign name, fingers to eyes raising from thumbs, wide eye meaning watchful of the earth in two different roots, Hebrew, Sanskrit. I love how he clings to my shoulders and turns his head to point at the soft body of a caterpillar sliding across the counter and signs music.
There we are. Another round of applause for Raymond. Applause. Nicole, thank you so much. Ryan, you're here somewhere still. Thank you so much. There you go. Thank you. So come on, say it really quick, really quick. Thank you so much. And again, they flew out. Raymond, I know you flew out from the UK. Ryan is based in Italy right now. Nicole, thank you so much for being here as well. And thank you all for being here as well, too. Amazing program. Amazing program. Thank you so much. And again, if this is your first time at the Grammy Museum, glad you guys were able to be here. For you guys who are returning, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your experience here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.